Welcome back to the Combo Cabal. I am your host, Bryant Cook, and today we're playing a wonky legacy combo deck. I'm talking about Hypergenesis, the Cascade combo deck. How this deck works is that we want to cast one of our 8 Cascade cards. So we have 4 copies of Violent Outburst, and the relevant part of this card isn't the creatures you control get +1/+0. I have had that come up in my life, but the real thing is that it just triggers Cascade. Same thing with the Shardless Agent. So when Cascade happens, we reveal cards from the top of our library until you reveal a spell that costs less than the Shardless Agent, so 2 or less. And well, when you look through our library, curve starts at 3, continues to be 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 15. Oh wait, up here we have 2 of these. Hypergenesis, how crazy. So we're looking to Cascade into Hypergenesis over and over. And this is essentially the card Eureka from, I believe, Legends. So we're able to put an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land onto the battlefield. We can repeat this process. This card was made pre-Planeswalkers, so you cannot put a Planeswalker onto the battlefield. But you do get one of the 4 classic types. And we're just looking to dump onto the battlefield Chancellors and Demons and, Eldrazi Titans, all that good stuff. I've actually played this deck once before and we almost 5-0'd, so we're going to see if we can repeat that today. We have a backup plan as well of show and tell. So the backup, let's say your opponent plays a Chalice for 0. We have Hypergenesis that gets stopped by Chalice 0. So we play show and tell into Omniscience that then allows us to cast all of our spells, including Emrakul, which means that we would get the extra turn trigger, which is pretty sweet. In the sideboard, we have Leyline of Sanctity to protect us from discard. Leyline of the Void for graveyard strategies. Realistically, these cards probably come in the same matchup, and that's Reanimator. So there's a chance we end up wanting all 8 of these in one matchup. Mystical Dispute for blue decks to fight back. Fury for the mono white initiative deck, and then Force of Vigor for Chalice of the Void and all that good stuff. So friendly reminder, in the month of December, if you become a member, rhyming scheme, you can click that join button down below. You get to watch all videos early. It's a $50 tier perk that you can get here for $5 for the rest of the month. Go sign up, watch videos early, will be great. Another really sweet thing is that this video is sponsored by Eminence Gaming. On January 14th to the 15th, they're hosting a CDH 4K in San Jose, and it's going to be great. Go to eminence.events to sign up. Do me a favor, go do that. I love those guys. They're all terrific people. I play CDH with them regularly. It's going to be a blast. Go sign up. Once again, eminence.events. All right, so that's going to be my deck tech. I hope you enjoyed it. Short and sweet. Let's get in and start, cascading on some fools. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, early access to videos, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, such as theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Match number 1. We're on the draw against POW22. No idea what they play. We do have a Shardless Agent and a Simian Spirit Guide, which means that we can put it into play on the second turn. The issue here is that we only have an Omniscience. I don't think we're allowed to keep this. Alright, so we have Force of Will. We have the Hypergenesis, which we don't actually want. We have Show and Tell Chancellor, so we'd have to draw running lands for this to be good. Alright, I think I'm going to keep and pray. So we will reveal the Chancellor or the Annex, slow them down a little bit. And then we need to draw running mana sources. Ooh, Cavern of Souls, really good against the Chancellor opener. And they name Archon. So they're on the initiative deck. That's really scary for me. We drew the other Hypergenesis. That's not good. This is turn 2 Archon of Emeria. I don't think we can actually beat this. I guess I don't know. Grab Volk. We cannot Force of Will this due to the Cavern of Souls. So my hope here is to draw running mana sources, show and tell into Emrakul, and hope that the Emrakul is good enough to win. Alright, so now we just need one more. Archon gets in for 2, we'll fall to 17. We're only 1 mana source away. We can do this. Gotta believe. We have 14 lands left in the deck and then 8 Spirit Guides. Ooh, we actually do lose to the Karakas, though. Yeah, we can't beat the Karakas. Let's concede. That's a bummer. I think we want to get rid of Force of Negation in this matchup. Bring in the Furies as well as the Force of Vigor. Click Submit. Clearly, I was supposed to keep that 7-card hand that didn't actually do anything. On the play. So this is a first turn Violent Outburst into Fury. I'll keep it. I don't think I'm going to actually cast the Violent Outburst, though. All right, let's play a Misty pass. Okay, it's a wild one. Not really sure what they're doing with that. Grab a Volcanic. We'll go to our turn. Ooh, a land. That's a little bit of a bummer. I was really hoping for a big creature there. Ancient Tomb. Anointed Peacekeeper. I think I'm going to let this go. So if I respond, the Fury can't kill it. And then I could put 2 Spirit Guides into play, but the Spirit Guides can't swing through the Peacekeeper. They name Fury. Deafening Silence. So now I actually have to respond. Because otherwise this Violent Outburst doesn't do anything. Play the Outburst. Hypergenesis. Spirit Guide. The opponent now has an opportunity to put a permanent onto the battlefield. Another Peacekeeper. Okay. We put a Seasoned Dungeoneer in. We'll put Fury in. Solitude. Bummer. Yikes. This was not a good showing in the first match. We will kill the Seasoned Dungeoneer. Unfortunate. Yeah, there's no chance we win this now. Draw for turn. Yeah, I'm going to pick this one up. We've lost this. 0 and 1 to start. Bummer. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Match number 2. We're already at a better hand. We'll keep this. We're on the draw. We're missing 1 mana source from Shardless Agent with forcible backup into Emrakul and Griselbrand. So our best draw on the deck, an Elvish Spirit Guide. That's really what we're looking for here. Another Simian Spirit Guide could give us a turn 1 show and tell, but not a turn 1 Hypergenesis. The opponent takes a mulligan to 5. Wooded Foothills into Taiga. We will let exploration happen. Stage 2 in hand. I guess I could have forced it. It just seemed pretty innocent to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Ding dong. That was sweet. Let's fetch. Best draw on the deck. They have 2 in hand. Shardless Agent. We will put Emrakul into play. Griselbrand. Good luck. All right. Turn 1 with forcible backup. You know what? This deserves a screenshot. I'm going to take a screenshot here. Pass the turn. They get a Sylvan Library trigger, but it's not going to be enough here, and they know that, and they pick it up. Love to see it. I think we probably want these Force of Vigors. Probably take Chancellor out. I don't think it's that great in the matchup. Let's submit. In my previous video, I ran some Progenitus in the deck, and it was just really, really weak. So I decided to try to play Chancellor after looking at some other lists, but maybe you're just not supposed to play those either. Here we have a 1-lander with double Cascade. No Force of Will, but we do have Force of Vigor. I think that this hand's probably just too slow. We'll mulligan. This is much better. Bottom 1 of the Emrakul copies here. Keep, and the Emrakul goes on the bottom of the deck. The opponent shuffles down to 5 once again, so they're on 5 versus our 6. First turn Wasteland. Little do they know I'm a basic forest gamer. We draw Spirit Guide, which is a tremendous draw because now we have turn 2 Show and Tell. They also have a basic forest, and they're passing. Take a draw. Gristlebrand. Go to 19. Remove. Show and Tell. I think you're supposed to put the Gristle into play. Because if they put in Caracas, you can draw a bunch of cards and then try to Hypergenesis for lethal. Let's draw 7. And I will force this. They have 2 in hand. They pick it up. Look at that. We're coming back. We are now 1-1. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Match 3 on the draw. We have Show and Tell plus double force backup. Keep. Granted, these are force and negations, which means that they cannot be used to protect my own combo, but I can't stop the opponent from doing anything degenerate, which is really what I need them for anyway, because I should be the one doing degenerate things. And our opponent's quickly taking a mulligan to 4. 3 cards on the bottom. Mox Diamond, are you on lands as well? And they discard Caracas. That's a pain in the tuchus. Yeah. This is not the end of the world. We can still put a Gristlebrand into play and they have no hand. That's a little late. They swing. I mean, I guess I was supposed to force the Mox Diamond. Sure. Take a draw. I'll take Guaranteed Land 3 even if it is a little bit slow. Now they're attacking for 4. I'll fall to 14 life. Spirit Guide would be our best draw. On their end step, I'm going to fetch for a non-basic, so that way I have a couple basics I can still grab. Draw Spirit Guide. Not quite. Okay, so we have to pass. Archon of Emirias get in. I go to 9. They're passing the turn again. We'll fetch. Grab Tropical. Take a draw. Omniscience. So Omniscience is interesting, but the problem with it here is that I'm only allowed to cast 1 spell per turn. It is not non-creature. So I think it's a little bit of a trap. Grab the island. Show and Tell. Put a demon onto the table. And they just have Solitude. Ah, oh, devastating. So I gained 7 here, but I'm pretty sure we just lose. Wow. This matchup, I don't know. So now they can attack for 7 and I'll go back down to 7. They still have 2 cards in hand. Draw for turn. Spirit Guide. Let's try another Show and Tell, I guess. Chancellor. Touch of the Spirit Realm. They just have it all. Okay. I've been beaten and bruised. I get it. I don't deserve wins. Let's bring in Fury and these Force of Vigors. Get rid of the Force of Negations. This seems like a nightmare matchup for our meme deck. Like, I didn't enter this league thinking Hypergenesis was the best deck in the format, but I thought I'd get to have some fun. We did against lands, but this Initiative Stompy or Dungeon Stompy deck just appears to be a big bully. On the play for game number 2. This hand doesn't do anything. Mulligan. This hand also doesn't do anything. Go to 5. So this is a second turn Chancellor of the Annex. Guess we keep. I just really have to hope to draw like an Emrakul, I guess. They kept 6 cards. There's no way I win this. They play a Caracas. So this shuts off most of my large creatures from even being effective. The Mox Diamond is countered. Unless they pay 1. It looks like they're paying the 1. They get rid of a Ganjo. Grab Volcanic Island. Take a draw. Yeah, we're not gonna win this. I think the Archon is not good enough. I don't think you're allowed to play this card in your deck. It's just not high power. So Hypergenesis goes on the stack now after the Cascade. Put a land in, and then we'll put the Chancellor in. Seasoned Dungeoneer. We do not have... Ooh, they're on the red version. And they have the Touch of the Spirit Realm. Okay. I'm gonna concede. Unwinnable. Womp womp. We're now 1-2. You're still watching. Make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Whew. Alright, we're 1-2 going into match 4. This hand is lacking a blue source for the Shardless Agent, but I kind of want to keep it anyway. I do have some thoughts on the list already, but I can't change deck list mid recording, so I'll make sure to share those at the end. Misty Rainforest into Volcanic. Get countered. Come on, deck, give me a blue source, please. Draw? Literally not what I asked for. Go to cleanup, I guess. Awkward. They have polluted Delta. There's a blue source. Just like we drew it up. So we can beat Day's Force of Will here. Cascade trigger on the stack. Hypergenesis. They cast Brainstorm. I'm going to allow that to happen. Hypergenesis. Put a Gristlebrand into play. And the opponent concedes. Beautiful magic. Beautiful. Alright, so we're facing Izzet Delver. We definitely want Mystical Dispute. Probably these Force Negations aren't as necessary. And then we'll bring in 1 Fury. Actually, let's bring in 2 Fury. Chancellors aren't that good. Hit submit. Oh wow, this is turn 1 with Mystical Dispute backup. Keep. Put it with a mulligan to 5. Misty Rainforest, Mishra's Bauble. They look at their own top card. They fetch. Okay. So now they're drawing off their Bauble. I could have played the Outburst in their upkeep, but I'd rather have the counter backup. And now we can wait until their upkeep to Violent Outburst, see if they like try to brainstorm or anything. Fetch. Grab Tropical. Let's remove some cards from the game. Violent Outburst. Cast Hypergenesis. It resolves Gristlebrand. Okay. Good deal. We didn't even need our Mystical Dispute. Beautiful. This deck is amazing. Alright, so we beat everything that isn't Initiative Stompy very easily. It's probably the second best deck in the format. Everybody should be buying their Hypergenesises immediately. Let's see if we can do the same thing in the 5th and final match. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. The last round we're on the play. We have turn 1 Show and Tell into Emrakul. Okay, I mean, I didn't come here to not peanut butter and jam. Basic Island. Remove Spirit Guide. Remove Spirit Guide. Show and Tell. Resolve. And they have the Force of Will pitching Thassa's Oracle. How lame. How lame. And they're on Doomsday. I think you're supposed to take the Emrakul here because Hypergenesis does actual nothing. They do take the Emrakul. Wise choice. Triggers and shuffles in the Show and Tell. Draw for turn. So next turn we can suspend the Hypergenesis, but then it needs 3 full turn cycles to come off suspend. Alright, now we're in our opponent's second turn. They have 5 cards in hand. They play a polluted Delta. And they're passing. Force doesn't do me much good here. Suspend. Pass. Land number 3. If they have Doomsday, they could hard cast it here. They cycle Street Wraith down to 15. Fetch with a Scalding Tarn for Underground Sea. Polluted Delta. So it does look like they're going to hard cast Doomsday. Lotus Petal. There it is with 2 cards in hand. They already have 1 Oracle in exile, but most lists play 2 nowadays. They have a main deck Misdirection. They did not put Cavern in their pile. So maybe if I draw into a blue card, we'll be able to sneak a win. That's assuming I even get a turn. Alright, 2 cards in hand. Doomsday is resolved. Come on, blue card, please. Draw. Damn. Okay, next game. So they're on Max Carini's list because they have the Griefs in it, so we have to keep that in mind. We probably want these Mystical Disputes. 67 cards. Probably don't need the Omniscience. Those can get boarded out. A lot of cards. I'm not really sure what to do here. Like, I could board out the Force and Negations, but then just so tough to beat their deck. Definitely boarding out the Forest. We don't need that. I'm going to try boarding out the Force and Negations. Just focus on doing my thing rather than stopping theirs. On the play. So I'm a mana short of this, but I don't have anything to put in play anyway. I think I'm supposed to keep. I mean, it's a risky hand. I might not draw a fat creature or mana number 3. Opponent with the mulligan to 5, we'll put a Leyline onto the table. Scalding Tarn passed the turn. And they passed back, so they kept a hand on the back of Force of Will. Will pass. We don't have anything to use with this Violent Outburst, so there's no need to cast it. Opponent draws up to 7. They pass. Another Leyline, pass the turn. And they're discarding. I mean, we might be joining them here. We'll discard the Hypergenesis, which has a hidden mode by doing this, which means that if we discard an Emrakul later, we can shuffle this back in. They draw Swamp. Draw for turn. It's a Chancellor. We could try to put that on the table. I don't know if it's actually good enough. Get rid of the Leyline. Let's fetch. Grab the Volcanic. I think I'm going to do it. This, by doing it in their upkeep, they don't have access to Force and Negation, so they need double Force of Will to stop me here. Cast the Hypergenesis. They Force of Will pitching Personal Tutor. I'm going to force pitching Show and Tell. I want this as a backup. Hypergenesis. Chancellor. Admittedly, this card is decent against other combo decks, but it just felt like it wasn't good enough the rest of the league. And the opponent concedes to the Chancellor. Sweet. I believe that this will be our first Game 3 of the league. Yeah, this is our first Game 3 of the league. Do I want to change anything here? Alright. I think I'm going to get rid of the Show and Tells, and I'm going to do just a bunch of forces. Submit. We're all in on Hypergenesis. They have a 61 card deck. That can't be right. This hand is garbage. Mulligan. We have Leyline. What we're lacking here is mana, but I think I'm supposed to keep this. Put the Hypergenesis on the bottom. Put the Leyline onto the table. We can pitch it the Shardless Agent, but I have to find running mana sources. Underground Sea. Personal Tutor, you've got it. They pick up a Doomsday. Come on, Spirit Guide. I'm not going to complain about that. That's fine. So Underground Sea plus Scalding Tarn. We have a Tropical Island. They play it safe and cast Ponder. No Cabal Ritual or Dark Ritual in a Doomsday there. I guess a nice thing about Force and Negation in this deck is that you can use it to protect Hypergenesis if you have Violent Outburst. And maybe I wasn't valuing that high enough previously. The opponent passes back. We'll take a draw. Another Force. They fetch. Underground Sea. So now they're drawing up to 6 cards. I'm a little bit nervous here. That's a Lotus Petal. Basic Island. So they have Doomsday and 3 unknowns. Attempt to counter the Doomsday. They have Force Pitching Oracle. We will Mystical Dispute the Force. They have 1 card in hand. If I get got here by the Singleton Days in the deck. Okay, it looks like our Force won the battle. Now they have 1 card. Draw. Not mana. How's it feel they have your stuff forced? They play a Verdant and they're passing. Come on, deck. No! Why are you so terrible? Who could have built such a bad deck? They have 2 in hand now. They pass back. Alright, at least it's a blue card to pitch to Force of Will. Brainstorm's a good one here. They have 3 cards in hand now. They fetch. And they're passing. Take a draw. Hey, finally, mana number 2. We're only 1 away. They have 4 cards in hand now. Personal Tutor. So that's going to find another Doomsday here. Come on, deck. 3rd mana source, please. Ding. Okay. I'm going to fetch in their upkeep in case they boarded an opposition agent. Fetch. That happened. Grab Volk. And we will Violent Outburst. They have 3 cards in hand. So the Violent Outburst Cascade happens. We will reveal Hypergenesis and then cast it. We have 1 more in our deck. They cast Pact of Negation. So they think that they're going to win this turn. I'm going to let it go. My creatures get +1/+0 until end of turn, though. You can't say that's not true. It looks like they're attempting to cast Doomsday. We will force a negation. They have 2 in hand. I don't know how they would possibly win, and they have a pact trigger. I guess they could Dark Ritual and pay for the pact. Violent Outburst. Let's try this again. Cast it. Bristlebrand. And a concession. We got a 3-2, only losing to the initiative deck. Hell yeah. Let's open up that pity chest. Recruiter of the Guard? Okay. Probably not worth anything. And some junk rare. Sweet. The exact prizes we deserve for this league. So moving forward with this deck, I think you probably do want to cut the Chancellor of the Annex. I think Archon of Cruelty would be a pretty big upgrade. So I thought of it in the middle of this league because it also can't be hit by Caracas. I don't know how good the Omniscients were. They never really came up, so you'd probably need a larger sample size to come to a real conclusion on these. And then another thought that I had was, and don't get me wrong, this is just an idea, if you add in the Archon of Cruelties, perhaps you could start to look at Grief. So I'm not saying you need to cut Force and Negation, but like maybe you could play Grief over the Omniscient slot. I'm not sure, but just something to think about. This deck was a blast to play. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Have a great day, keep storming, all that good stuff. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.